Hello, hello, it's Rachel Marie Sports for the Woodward Sports Network, helping you get through this Detroit Lions off-season. Training camp is right around the corner, so just hang in there. We are so close. And for now, we're going to talk about some fun facts that I learned from you guys, the fans, on Twitter about our Detroit Lions. I specifically posted a tweet asking you to drop a fact that you did not think many other people know about the Lions, and boy did you guys give me quite a few doozies, some that I already was familiar with but still like to share, and some that I had never heard before. So let's go ahead and roll right into it. At CR8 on Rep MI, the Junkyard Doge, said Rod Marinelli hired his son-in-law as his defensive coordinator, and he had that job during the 0-16 season. I did not know that, but he did follow that up with saying, yep, Joe Barry. Funny enough, the Packers just hired him. Hopefully he is as unsuccessful with them as he was with us. Here's to hoping. At R. Rummel 90 said, in the 80s, Jimmy, Spider-Man Allen, and some of his teammates recorded a parody version of Another One Bites the Dust. He also left a link, which I'm gonna put in the description to this video below so that you guys can take a listen. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. At Todd_T-Stone147 said, Al Bubba Baker holds the NFL's all-time single-season sack record with 23 in his rookie year. This was before they were even keeping stats. So I do believe that they recently announced that they will officially recognize Bubba Baker's record, and I think that's a great thing for all of us as Detroit Lions fans. Congratulations to you, Al Bubba Baker. At Brian Gilbertson 2, Brian Gilbertson says, as a rookie in his first game and in the first quarter, Lem Barney intercepted Green Bay's Bart Starr and scored a touchdown on the return. For those of us that weren't around during that time to watch those games, I thought this was a really fun fact. I did go back to take a look at it. It's a very electric play and super, super impressive considering it was his first game in the very first quarter. This next one I found very interesting as it has to do with the infamous O.J. Simpson and our Detroit Lions. At Rob Mapley says, O.J. Simpson set the single game rushing record, 273 yards, against the Lions on Thanksgiving Day 1976, but the Lions won the game. It was the first Lions game I ever went to. I was 10. I thought that was pretty interesting considering I was not old enough at the time to watch O.J. Simpson in person. I have heard many a tale about those types of plays, and that's another one. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely take a look at that footage. It was a really, really awesome game, and it's awesome to see as well the Lions come out with that W at the end on Thanksgiving. We all know that Thanksgiving turkey tastes a little bit better after a Lions W. At Alex Hook 1231 says, the Detroit Lions were the original fearsome foursome, not the LA Rams. And he shared with me this awesome photo of the original fearsome foursome made up of Sam Williams, Roger Brown, Alex Karras, and Darius McCord. At Mark Colley says, Joey Harrington was a jazz pianist. I did go ahead and look this up on the internet, just trying to fact check, and he is indeed a jazz pianist. If you take to the internet, you can find videos of him on the piano, and it's actually pretty impressive. I might have suggested that he stuck with that, but you know, here we are. At Curtis Steele 14 says, the Lions wore red uniforms from 1948 to 1949, which really, really caught me off guard. He said Alvin Bo McMillan, former coach at Indiana University, was named head coach and GM, and he was charged with changing the uniform colors. According to the 1948 Detroit Lions media guide, he brought Indiana's coloring scheme with him. I, for one, am happy that we stuck with the Honolulu blue and silver. I like that color scheme a lot better for our Lions here in Detroit. At SSN_Lions says, the Lions have a winning record versus only 6 teams. Arizona, Atlanta, Cleveland, Jacksonville, the New York Giants, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's very interesting to kind of see those records play out throughout the years as those teams have really shifted and changed very frequently. So it'll be interesting to see how we continue these trends into the future under this new regime. At Daryl L. Ford says, Glenn Presnell was one of the inaugural members of that 1934 Detroit Lions team. Team owner George Richards allowed Presnell to pick the team colors when he signed his contract. He and his wife saw a table with several uniforms and fell in love with the Honolulu blue and silver. That same year, Presnell set an NFL record with a 54-yard field goal. The record would stand for 22 years. That inaugural team came in second place and then won their first championship the next year in 35. Well, Daryl, you are very, very knowledgeable about that early Detroit Lions team, and we all owe Presnell a big thanks for the current colors that we have today. Come to think of it, let's thank Presnell's wife, because if I had to take a guess, she was probably very influential in that decision. At Voice of Cal said, Ralph Wilson was once a minority owner of the Detroit Lions. When William Clay Ford refused to sell him a majority share, he then left to form the Buffalo Bills. I love these little ties between ownership and founders of some of these teams, so I thought that was a pretty cool fact. At Nick Faber NFL said, the Lions played the Packers 5 times in the 1994 calendar year. Now this is another one that I had to look up. Basically, the articles say it was just due to quirks in the schedule that year, but having to face the Packers 5 times, it just seems like a lot for me. I already feel like seeing them twice a season is more than enough. At Nonsense Whiskey said, Night Train still holds the record for most interceptions, 14, in his rookie season. I did just double check to make sure that that's true. I knew that he had set a record, but it does still stand to this day, so all on board the Night Train. Now this next one really came as a shock to me. At Play to Win the Game said Bobby Lane wasn't the last quarterback to win a Lions championship. It was actually Tobin Rote. So the Lions curse is the Tobin Rote curse because everyone forgets that he existed. Until we praise him like we did Lane and Stafford, I don't think it will be lifted. Gotta make this more common knowledge. Well, I am with you, and in an effort to make this more common knowledge, let's just know, everybody, Bobby Lane was not the last quarterback to win a championship here in Detroit. I'm kind of mind blown. Did you know this? If you did, leave a comment below and let me know. You guys are the real diehard Lions history buffs. At Caveman Sports said, the Lions are the only team to have a player die on the field during a game. Chuck Hughes died during a game on October 24th, 1971. First of all, rest in peace. That's a very, very scary situation, but it is kind of a crazy factoid that we're the only team in NFL history to have that type of thing happen. At Daryl L. Ford, our resident Lions history buff, also said, here's an even better Lions story. In 1940 and 1941, the Lions' leading rusher was Byron Whizzer White. He played both seasons while attending Yale Law School. He would eventually be successfully nominated to the Supreme Court. He was eventually succeeded by Ruth Bader Ginsburg. This is insane. Thank you so much, Daryl, for sharing this with me. I did take to the internet to read up all about this. What a fantastic piece of Lions history. I do have to say, I think personally, this was my favorite fact that somebody shared with me, so thank you for reaching out. And I thought I stayed pretty busy. I did already know about this story, but it is one that I continue to love to share. At Unreal_Truth said, Marvin Gaye tried out for the Lions after losing his duet partner. Some of those same Lions performed backup vocals on one of his songs. Names are escaping me at the moment. I did happen to know the names of those players. It was Mel Farr and Lem Barney. It is such a cool story about the team and just Detroit history in general that the worlds of music and sports could collide. At Silver_Rush67 said William Clay Ford bought the team for $4.5 million in 1963. He was minority owner and team president in 1961. To which at Red Wings 924 responded, he bought the team on the day that John F. Kennedy was assassinated. That was something that I did not know. That's insane. And then somebody else commented, Metal Mr. Wilson, and said, in a car manufactured by the Ford Car Company. So small world and all of those things kind of make a full circle. And last but not least, a little funny fact for you guys. At Buzzbull20 said, they once had a safety named Harry Colon. What a name. So thank you guys so much for hopping on Twitter to let me know these facts and fun stories and figures from our Detroit Lions past. I certainly learned a few new things. Hopefully you did too, and if you did not, we got to reminisce on some great history for our beloved Lions. If I did miss some fun fact that you would like to share, definitely be sure to drop it in the comments below or share it with me on Twitter. The tag there is at RachMarie Sports. And of course, be sure to follow along with the Woodward Sports Network on all their forms of social media to stay up to date on all things Detroit sports. And as always, guys, one pride.